Good morning. Welcome to Friday. I hope everybody's having a good morning so far. I know it's for Friday. It's the last day of the work week for a lot of people, and that's great. That's an exciting day. For some people, it may not be, and that's okay. Everybody's got a different schedule, and that's all right. So in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you about, number one, the name of my podcast, and number two, when I'm going to start it. But before I do that, I need to be sure everybody's awake that's listening to this live. So if you are on your first cup of coffee, hopefully you're starting to get awake. Some people may be on their second cup of coffee. I don't know the situation. You're coffee drinkers. Maybe you're on your third cup. If you're on your third cup and you're not awake yet, I don't know. Maybe you should go back to bed. I don't know. I would think about a third cup you would be awake, but hopefully you are. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit about my process of getting here. And as you will be able to tell through my videos, I'm not a public speaker. I'm not doing a lot of stuff with this. I'm just coming live to you. This is real. But when I made the decision to start doing a podcast, I did what anybody, or what a lot of people do. I went to YouTube and said, how to, And thanks, Janet. And how do you do this? How do you do this? So, I started getting advice from YouTube. And the first thing they said, oh, you have to have a really good mic. Okay. Well, I don't know if you guys know this or not. I just turned my phone up just so be sure you could hear me after saying that. I don't have a mic yet. I don't have a mic. I'm just doing this on my phone with the sound on my phone. And I will get a mic, and that's good advice, but I'm not ready to do that. So anyway, they also said, you got to have great lighting. You got to have great lighting. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I was in Walmart. I had to buy a tripod for my phone to hold it. So I was in Walmart looking for a tripod, and I found this thing. I'll show you a picture of it. This is it. I found this tripod that had a ring of light around it. And I thought, oh, wow. And it's not that expensive. It was like $17, $18. And I said, I can do that. And good morning, Sue. Glad you guys are watching. I can do that instead of, buying some expensive lights or this or that. So I bought that. And the problem, once I put it up, is the glare on my glasses was unbelievable, and I couldn't get rid of it. I tried to twist myself. I tried to twist it, tried to do all kinds of things. And so I'm not using that light, although that is good advice, and at some point I'll probably get some better lighting. But as long as you can see me well enough to know I'm here, and I think you can, I think we're okay there. They said, be for a podcast, be really organized. And I do a few notes, so I'm semi-organized, but I'm not nearly as organized as I think they would want you to be. And of course, most people that do podcasts edit their podcast. I'm not obviously doing Facebook Live. I'm not going to do that. And even when I go to other avenues to spread my podcast, they're all going to be live. I'm not going to do any editing. What you see is what you get. That's what I want. I want to be real. And so I'm not going to be doing that. And most people do podcasts, do one a week. Some do 2 a week. Well, my Facebook Live is going to be Monday through Friday, so it's going to be 5 times a week. I think that's okay. It's not going to be real long, so you won't get bored. I don't want you to get bored. So I kind of decided, to just do it my own way. Now, I did find someone, and I'm going to plug her, Heather Torres, that did some really great videos. Through a group called Think Media. No, I'm not. That's not an advertisement. I'm just telling you. Heather did a real good job of giving me some information that I liked. And she must be a homeschooler because she also does YouTube homeschool videos that, if you're a homeschooler, you may want to check out. That's up to you. And I know a lot of people are going to watch this after live. You can watch this all day long. And as time goes by, I will add this to, to other platforms. You'll be on YouTube channel. You'll be on, You know, wherever you may be watching podcasts, it'll be showing up there. So you'll be able to watch it throughout the day, because everybody's not up at 7 a.m. Believe it or not, for all you people that are. Everybody doesn't do that. So anyway, so anyway, the name of my podcast is going to be It's New Every Morning. Now, It's New Every Morning's the name because, number one, it will be new every morning. I will be doing fresh content. I won't be, going over the same stuff all the time. There'll be some things that I'll repeat because they're worth repeating, but most things will be fresh. And also that's from Lamentations in the Bible, the 3rd chapter of Lamentations, where, you can read that, and we'll talk more about that as time goes by. And I am starting Monday. This Monday at 7 a.m., I'm going to start bringing you some news, bringing you some not so much news, some quotes, some different things. I'll be, this is not going to be very long, but I'm going to try to go about 15 minutes with what I do. It may not be 15 minutes to begin with. We'll see. It may be a half an hour we begin with. I don't know. We're just going to find out. So anyway, I am going to give you, before I get off here this morning, I'm going to give you a couple things. Well, one thing in particular is I found a quote. Actually, my wife found a quote. Well, it's not really a quote, but it's a statistic that from Fox News reported that I think is pretty interesting. And basically it is Christianity is surging in the United States. It is surging. I mean, I don't know if that's news to you or not. It's not news to me, but it is surging, and there's a lot of excitement in Christianity all over this country. There's a lot of things happening. I'll go over some of that as time goes by, but I'm not going to do that this morning. But the statistic that they gave is Fox News reported that the annual Bible sales are up 41.6%. 41.6% Bible sales are up this year. So there's something going on. And, like I said, you probably already know that. But if you haven't figured that out by now, stay tuned. Just look around. You're going to see it everywhere around you. You're going to see it on Facebook. You're going to see it on other platforms. And you're going to hear more about it on here as time goes by, because that is newsworthy, and I'm going to be bringing that out. So anyway, I'm pretty much finished for today. Once again, it's not that long, but I'm excited about Monday. I'm excited about getting started, giving you guys some news that I think is important. And so at any time, if you like what I'm doing here, please share this with your friends. That's how this group will grow, because I want to help as many people as I can get their day started and have a little bit more positive start to their day. And so that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do. Feel free to comment on here, send me information if you have some ideas or some quotes or something you think needs to be brought out to the general public they're not hearing or whatever. Send me a message, send me a private message, whatever. Obviously, since you're watching this, you're friends with me on Facebook, or you can become friends with me on Facebook if you're watching it from someone that is a friend. So anyway, you guys have a blessed weekend. I'm excited about what we're starting on Monday, and I'll see you Monday morning at 7 a.m.